Hello and welcome to Guns and Gear. You know, a few years back I put up a video, What's by my bedside for home defense. And I thought I would make another video, a more updated video, and maybe expand upon that conversation just a little bit. And so let's go ahead and get started. When I think of home defense or home security, there's a lot that goes into that, all right? And the majority of that has to do with prevention, right? You know, we look at things like outdoor lighting and good locks on our doors and good solid doors and locks on our windows and maybe cutting hedges back or planting bushes and things that have stickers around our windows or under our windows. All we do is try to make the home less inviting to a criminal. Now, many of us have an expectation of feeling secure while we're at home. Though we also know that many people, not only in the United States but around the world, don't have that same comfort. Many of us will take steps to achieve that security while at home for our families. Now, once we get beyond, you know, the doors and locks and windows and hedges and lights and things of that nature, if someone has decided, who has the determination to push past that, that is what this video is going to pretty much talk about. You know, we in my family have chosen to have an alarm system in our home, and it's a pretty good one. You know, there's a lot better out there, I understand that, but we have glass break and we have motion sensing and all types of aspects to our alarm system that provides a little better security. We also have battery backup to that and cell phone backup to that. So in case the lights are out for whatever reason, maybe during a storm, and cell phone towers are down, we have a hardline system going to our alarm. So there's many different layers to the alarm system. We also have a little fob, like a key fob, that my wife keeps on her side of the bed that can activate the alarm system immediately. You know, we also have our keys sitting there by the bed. Both of our vehicles have alarm systems, and we can add to the home alarm system by activating those. Light and sound are enemies of criminals, and we intend to at least add to the sound. You know, we always hear alarm systems going off, somebody's car alarm or something of that nature, and it's gotten to the point where we really don't pay that much attention to it because it usually goes off in a few seconds. But can you imagine our home alarm system coming on, and then the two vehicle lights coming on as well? That's going to bring a lot of attention to our home. Phone is important. You know, my wife and I have a routine of taking our cell phones to our bedroom, and that's where we charge them, right there where we sleep, so that they have a nice full charge for our next day. And we also have a hardline phone in the house. It's by the bedside, and it is not it is a corded phone, not a cordless phone. So it has a little better opportunity to work even if the lights were out. Even if the cell towers were ineffective, we have an ability to call for help. Now, to go right along with that, this is something I learned at a TV show a few years back. Having pertinent information down, and have it written down so you can just pull it out when you call 911 or whoever you get in contact with and give them the important information that you need to give them. I thought it was a good idea. This, of course, is not ours, but just an example. Ours is on a piece of paper just like this, and I have put it on a piece of cardboard and used packing tape to almost laminate it so it is stiff and it's not going to get all crushed up or bashed up in the drawer. But at any rate, we got 911 sitting right there. I can pull this out and pick up my phone and just start reading information off to the 911 operator. Our name, the number of occupants in the home, our address. See, they did a study with 911 departments, and it appears that people that are really, really frightened, that are scared, sometimes can forget the most simple information, like their names and their address and how many people are in their home. But there's a limit to 911, and I do not have very much faith in 911. 5 years ago, I had a massive heart attack, and I was able to pull my cell phone out of my pocket and call 911, and I got a busy signal. I called 911 again, and I got a recording. And I called 911 a third time before I made contact with an operator, and she was able to get help to me very quickly. So because of that, I also have the numbers for our local police precinct, our local fire department, local hospital, other important information I have on our sheet as well. And it's something for you to consider. Now, my family has made the decision to add firearms to our home defense plan for our home security. I would like to go through the two firearms that I have sitting by the bedside for such protection. All right, I have made no secret that I like the shotgun, that I think the shotgun is an outstanding home defense firearm, and mainly that's due to its devastating fight-stopping ability. I've showed this shotgun in many videos. I won't go into very much detail, but this is a Mossberg 590 Mariner. It is stainless steel construction. Okay, you can see that I have put a rail on here that allows me to have a light on the firearm itself. The rail, I believe, was Falcon Industries. This was a long time ago. Also have a Tacstar side saddle on there with some additional ammunition. And of course a sling, which I think is an important item to have as well. Now, as with any choice of firearm, choice of ammunition is also important. I do not intend to debate the merits of birdshot or the merits of buckshot. What I will say is the choice that I have made is a buckshot load that is a law enforcement load. It's a low power load. So it does not have some of the barrier defeating abilities that standard buckshot or magnum buckshot rounds have. Yet I do have those large pellets coming out of the end of my shotgun, and so therefore I think that this is a decent compromise to consider, especially if you live in an urban setting like I do. Our houses are close. They're not on top of each other, but they're close. Over-penetration is an important thing that I consider. And even though it's just my wife and I at home now, there are times that we may have our grandchildren over or children over or whoever. And even though this is an old home, I really don't worry about the plaster slat construction is a good barrier. And I don't want to test that out with the lives of my children. Now we also have a handgun as a backup to my shotgun, and I've shown this in a video before as well. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P with a long slide. It's in 40 Smith & Wesson. I have a light on it as well, and that is another Surefire light. This was a Surefire 200 on the shotgun. It's a Surefire 300, the newer model, on the handgun. Hopefully that shows up. It's an outstanding handgun, very reliable. The ammunition that I choose for it is Speer Gold Dot 180 grain. The reason that I choose that handgun ammunition is because the Gold Dot ammunition is used by many law enforcement agencies, and you have to think about all types of things if I should have to use this firearm. I hope that it is a good choice and that is defensible in court. And the Gold Dot ammunition is very defensible in court. All right, next I have another flashlight. You know, you've seen a light on both firearms, and I think those are good choices only because the light is with the handgun, and in those stressful situations, I at least have a light with me. I prefer to also have an independent light. I think that brings value. This one is one that I've used for quite a few years now. I don't even know if they still make it, but I know the company still makes lights, and this is an Olight T20. I like this light. It has good brightness. It has some programmable modes, and the important thing is that they're programmable. I don't have to sit here and click the tail cap or twist the bezel to get to the mode that I want. I can set the mode that I want, so each and every time I depress the tail cap, I get that mode. I like that feature. All right, you also see a little bit of additional ammunition sitting on the table here. I have made videos talking about that if you have a semi-automatic handgun that you carry or have for defense, it's important to have additional magazine. Semi-automatics can malfunction and have problems, either magazine related or ammo related or whatever the case may be. It's important to keep your gun in the fight. It's important to keep that gun going so it can continue to defend you. And having an additional magazine of ammunition can provide that. And in the worst case of scenarios, it allows you to have more bullets. You see that I have two here. And you also see that I have an additional box of ammunition. This happens to be Hornady double-aught buck for personal defense. But I had to tell you, do I think that I need all this ammunition in order to protect my family? I sure hope not. I hope that I don't ever need to fire a round at all. But it's comforting to know that I've taken steps to have good firearms, good ammunition, and a good home defense plan. This adds comfort to me, and it doesn't take up very much room in my drawer. Now last, I have this thing right here, which is new. This is one of those external batteries for powering up your cell phones or your iPads or whatever other electronic devices. And this has quite a bit of capacity. And I saw this on a video, and I thought this would be a good addition to my home defense plan. In that, it does provide that power to maybe get my phone up and going to call for help. But it also has a light on there, and I wanted to talk to you about that light. And the light is okay. It's not a bad light. But the feature about it that I like the most is it pulls out into a lantern. And I can set that on my bedside table, and it really puts out a lot of good, usable light in my bedroom. And in our small home, it puts out a lot of good, usable light into many of our rooms. So that is another aspect. Not only does it provide power to keep things like my phone working, but it also is a good source of light for those occasions when there's no power. It really is inexpensive. I paid $25 for this on eBay, not eBay, I believe it was Amazon. And so far it's on still its first charge. I've used it quite a bit. I still have all 4 lights showing. Now I have not charged my phone with it, but at any rate, it is quite handy if for no other reason as a light source. All right, folks, this turned out to be a lot longer than I had hoped, but at any rate, you need to decide the importance of home security and take all the steps. See, for us, the good locks, the good doors, the alarm system, the outdoor lighting, those are those prevention things that we all should be doing. Having the ability to call for help is important. And when all else fails, firearms offer options for survivability that you cannot have if you don't include firearms. It's a huge responsibility, and it's something for you to think about. All right, folks, thank you for watching my video. I certainly appreciate it. And remember to shoot straight, on the range, and in life. Thanks.